Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from PoolCleveland.com, and we're here today at the Phyllis Wheatley Association and just got done watching the playground get built. We're here with Bill Kitson, CEO of United Way of Greater Cleveland. Bill, what happened here today?
Well, today was our hometown huddle, our 14th annual one, where we were able to build a playground for our community. This is the 14th time with the Cleveland Browns. What an amazing group. And our friends at Medical Mutual and Huntington Bank and Cleveland Clinic were the sponsors to make it possible. And just a very special gift to this community.
This happened all in one day, right? This morning, this
one
was
day.
a 23-year-old.
You showed up this morning, this was rock. They laid some rock down, that was it. And the rest of it we did in a day. They built it. It was pretty much the structure was done by noon, and then the mulch. There's about a foot of mulch all the way around.
You can see,
and
yeah.
so it's a really a neat way for the volunteers to come out. Only that mulch laying was in the pouring rain, so that added a layer of fun.
You had a little bit of, I don't know, interesting things happening today. You had a big downpour. Right next door, a house caught on fire.
Absolutely, you know. This is a full-service volunteer project.
And you had the Cleveland Browns here, right? This is part of their effort. It's really a nationwide effort, isn't it?
Today's the day that the NFL teams volunteered in their community. They worked with their local United Way, so we all did a hometown huddle project. Here in Cleveland, it's very special. 14 years in a row now, we've built a playground like this in a neighborhood, and it's just a great gift.
Part of their Play 60 program to get kids out and active.
Yeah, we need them active. We need them to do 60 minutes of fun and play a day and get out there and jump around and play, and something like this is a great way for them to get engaged.
And to put this in context, the United Way of Greater Cleveland serves so many people, 216 agencies, is it?
Yeah, 216 agencies, 400,000 plus people if you count folks coming through. But at the end of the day, it's really trying to change lives, transform neighborhoods and communities. You know, we got to graduate kids. We got to have families financially stable. We got to have a healthy community, and those are ways for us to get involved and live united.
There's a tremendous need right now. I know that the economy is tough. The 211 line is getting more and more calls all the time.
You know, we're up to 250,000 calls a year, which is staggering to think about. The number one call is still food. Number 2 and 3 are rent assistance and utility assistance, so it's a community in need.
Oh, that's terrible. Talk about how you raise money throughout the year. Really, you've got a goal now. I think you said at what, $41 million this year?
$41 million, a 2.2% increase over last year. We're doing well. We're well over halfway.
Wow.
We're at about 53%, $22+ million in. That's really cool.
That's great.
It's a great number. And, you know, we're cautiously optimistic at this point that we'll be able to pull it off. It's been a while since we've had an increase, and this would be a great gift for our community.
So a couple things you do to raise that money. You just had GuitarMania auction last weekend,
well,
right?
GuitarMania is a once every few years activity. Yeah. For us, it was a neat way to partner with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to do a public art project in our community and to get folks to sponsor those guitars, then to sell them back to our community. And Saturday night, we sold 46 guitars. It was a fun time, and my wife and I bought a guitar. So we're going to donate it to the airport so that whenever you fly in and out, you're going to see a great piece of Cleveland art.
And that's a lot of what people do, right? They buy them and they
you can donate them, you can keep them, or you can put them in your backyard.
In your own backyard. But a lot of folks put them out of their businesses, out on the street. And
absolutely.
I don't know if people really know what those guitars are all about, but it's really to raise money for our community.
Yeah, and not only do you raise money for United Way, it's also a way for us to fund the education programs at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's right. They get some of that as well. And by the way, the artists get involved. They get something out of it. It's our brand.
It was
Cleveland
exciting.
Rocks,
and it was great for me to meet the artist who did the guitar that I purchased. And it was a neat one. The leather work she did, she kind of made this 10-foot guitar into a suitcase, and it's gonna look great in baggage claim at the airport.
That's great. That's where it's going. Yeah. Good for you. Talk about 107, the levy that's coming up for the Cleveland schools. The mayor was here, Frank Jackson, cutting the ribbon a few minutes ago. How important is this now for this community?
This is beyond critical. It's even more important than the United Way campaign right now. We must make sure that our kids have a sound education. You know, United Way funds 19 different youth-serving programs in our community. It would be hard for us to fund all those great programs for kids and not have a point of view about their education. They need a strong education. They need these schools to be great. The mayor's plan is the right plan. It's the right time. We need to do this right now.
He's even got the governor behind this plan. He's got legislators behind it. It's amazing. You guys are doing such great work. Talk about how many people really are involved in what the United Way does, because it's incredible.
Well, in my 4 months here, I've been blown away by the level of volunteer engagement. Yeah. Sometimes you see a list of volunteers, you wonder who's really in. They're all in, and they're all in so many different levels. Even our staff, this past Saturday we went out and leafleted the Tremont neighborhood with stuff for issue 107. because, at the end of the day, we need to be engaged in this work too.
Yeah.
So great volunteers, great community. What an amazing place.
You've been here about 4 months or so.
4.5 months, yeah.
Came from Toledo.
I was in Toledo the last 7 years,
Yep.
with United Way 24 years.
So you're experienced with that, but talk about some of the differences, because this United Way, it seems to me, very active with these events, constantly events engaging the community.
Special events are important. Really what this United Way tried to do is to make sure that it had the revenue necessary to keep our agencies and our programs going. And so that $40 million that we've raised every year for the last 5 or 6 years, we can't fall off that cliff. And so if we could get to 41 this year, give ourselves a little distance, it's really important, and it really is a special community.
What can people do to get involved? Obviously, there are going to be folks in different businesses that are coming
Right.
around and asking for them to donate money through their payroll. What about the small businesses?
Well, small businesses are important. We actually have a couple of challenge grants this year. Our friends at Medical Mutual are doing a 2-for-1 match for new business giving to our campaign this year. So any size business, you make that new gift, Medical Mutual would love to meet you in there, that challenge, and get some great contributions to our community. Ask your employees to give. Or you know what, folks? Just go to our website, unitedwaycleveland.org. We'll be glad to help you give. There's a give button, and by all means, make a gift right online.
More and more people are doing that online. Yeah. We'll have a link here with this. Thanks for taking time today.
Oh, you
Big
bet.
day. You must be exhausted.
It was a little interesting. When that rain was coming down, man.
Pretty intense.
That, you just own it. And so I had my rain gear on, and I was shoveling the mulch, and it was fun.
You got it done.
That's
and
right.
that's all that really
That's right.
counts.
Yep.
Thanks so much for taking time to talk with us, Bill.
Hey,
Good luck
thank
with
you.
things. Thank you. Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. Have a great week in Cool Cleveland.